Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Great. So in our previous video we have discussed about SDLC, manual testing concepts, phases of SDLC, and different type of models and different type of phases in models. And we have discussed a classic and legacy model, which is known as waterfall model. So there were some disadvantages in waterfall model, which were rectified in our current model, which we are learning today, which is known as iterative waterfall model. So as you know, in waterfall model, it will be suitable for a small projects, means there were no feedbacks allowed, and it was time consuming process, and there is more risk in waterfall model. So developer have initiated this, means developer had thought that okay, some necessary changes need to be involved in this waterfall model, and after those changes are implemented, the model which came up is known as iterative waterfall model. Okay, so let's discuss what is iterative model. So the definition is the iterative model is a type of software development lifecycle model that focuses on an initial basic implementation that gradually adds more complexity, and the broader feature is set until the final system is completed. Okay, iterative development in a nutshell is a method of breaking down the software development of a massive program into a smaller component. So this is the basic definition. Let me clear it. Let me give it in brief. So in iterative model, what we will do, it is basically used for large projects. The large project will be developed in multiple iterations. Okay, so the product will be divided into multiple components, uh, and those component will be developed. And when the first component is developed, when the first component is developed, after that the next component will be developed, and the basic thing which was feedback is allowed in this model. So we will get more robust uh, project, most robust application by this model, and it is very fast. It is very fast as compared to waterfall model. Okay. As you know, this is waterfall model in which we have feasibility study, requirement analysis, design, coding, integration testing, system testing, and deployment. Okay. So now when we incorporate the feedback, will look like this. Okay. So feasibility study, requirement analysis, design, coding, unit testing, integration testing. I have told you about these phases in our previous videos. Those who are new to this video, you can go ahead and check the previous video. What are feasibility studies, requirement analysis, design, coding, integration, and system testing deployment. Okay. So now you can see we have given feedback from deployment to integration, from integration to testing, from testing to design, from design to requirement analysis. But we had not given a feedback to feasibility study because requirement change is not allowed in this model. That's why we didn't give feedback to feasibility study. Okay. As I told you, project will be the application will be divided into multiple iterations. Okay, so after multiple iteration, it can be go ahead. I had showed you iteration 3, but in it can go ahead till iteration and n times it can go ahead. Okay, so you can see the application is divided into 3 iteration and 3 component, and the first component they will analyze, they will design. So you can see in iterations we have till review, means in first iteration, design, testing, implementation, review. This will contain a iteration. Once this will be done, in review we will get a working application. After this, the second iteration will start. Okay, in which again we will design and the previous bugs, then again testing, then implementation, then again review. So here we can have multiple iterations. Okay, analysis, design, testing, implementation, review. Again, after that, design, testing, implementation, review. Then again, design, testing, implementation, review of the same application. Then deployment, then maintenance. It will go to customer. Let's discuss some advantages of iterative model. So in the starting itself, we can give a working functionality. Okay, we can develop working functionality in the starting of the life cycle itself. As in previously, you can see here, in first iteration, we will have a working functionality. Okay, the base of the application will be developed in the starting phase itself. So results are obtained early and periodically. Okay, parallel development can be planned. Okay, so this design you can go ahead and parallelly develop. Less costly to change the scope. Testing and debugging during smaller iteration is easy. So when you have a large application and you will divide those application in multiple component, you can develop that a single component and test that single component easily. Instead, you will go to test and develop a large application. मीन्स आपके पास बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ काम है, अगर आप उसको सब पार्ट में डिवाइड करके कर रहे हैं तो वो आपको ज़्यादा इजी पड़ेगा, इंस्टेड आप पूरा लार्ज काम इकट्ठा करने के इससे. ठीक है. Risks are identified and resolved during iteration and each iteration is easily to manage milestone. आपकी रिस्क हर आइट्रेशन में रिजॉल्व होती जाती हैं. आपकी जितनी भी रिस्क रहती है ना, हर दो आइट्रेशन में रिजॉल्व होती जाती हैं. तो उसके कारण आपका माइलस्टोन मैनेज करना इजी रहता है. ओके, एज आपके पास छोटा छोटा आइट्रेशन रहता है, सो यू कैन इजी टू मैनेज रिस्क. और हाई रिस्क हम लोग स्टार्टिंग में ही, द बेस ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट मीन्स द बेस विल बी डेवलप फर्स्ट, सो दैट विल बी हाई रिस्की पार्ट, सो इट विल बी completed in the starting itself. सो ईच आफ्टर ईच इंक्रीमेंट आपके पास एक ऑपरेशनल प्रोडक्ट आता जाता है. ऐसा नहीं कि आपके हर एक स्टेप्स के बाद इन वाटरफॉल मॉडल आपके पास लास्ट में जाके एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट आता है, वर्किंग मॉडल. बट यहाँ पे आपके पास एक हर आइट्रेशन के बाद एक पर्टिकुलर आपके यू कैन गेट अ पर्टिकुलर वर्किंग प्रोजेक्ट. सो दिस आर द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ द iterative model. Disadvantages: system architecture or design issue may arise because not all requirements are gathered in the beginning of entire life cycle. Okay, so sometime in this iterative model we have design failures as well. Means sometimes we don't have clear picture and while we are gathering a requirement, so this type of issue will come. Okay, डिफाइनिंग इंक्रीमेंट्स में रिक्वायर डेफिनेशन ऑफ कंप्लीट सिस्टम. हमको हमेशा हर इंक्रीमेंट पे हमारा सिस्टम कैसा है उसके पूरी कंप्लीट नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. ओके, नॉट सुटेबल फॉर स्मॉलर प्रोजेक्ट्स. आपके पास एक प्रोजेक्ट छोटा सा ही है, उसको आप और कितने स्मॉलर प्रोजेक्ट में डिवाइड करोगे. ओके, स्मॉलर कंपोनेंट में डिवाइड करोगे. सो दिस इज मेनली फॉर लार्ज प्रोजेक्ट्स in which you can divide into smaller components, and then those component will be developed in multiple iterations and that can be managed properly. Okay, management complexity is more, means there are multiple iteration, it can go up to n cycles. So for delivering a single project there can be a multiple iteration. आपको एक छोटे एक प्रोजेक्ट के लिए मल्टीपल आइट्रेशन करने पड़ते हैं. सो मैनेजमेंट कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी विल बी more as compared to waterfall model, because in waterfall model you will deliver a product in a end of the cycle. Okay, but here because of multiple iteration you will have a working component in each at the end of the each iteration, so you need to manage that. And a project may not be known, as I told you there will be multiple iterations, so you don't know when the project will be going to end. Okay, project progress is highly dependent upon the risk analysis phases. So these are the disadvantages of the iterative model. So basically this is Why this is implemented? Because waterfall model was hard to use. Okay, so in iterative model, user can provide feedback paths from every phase to its preceding phases. As I told you here, okay, so in every phases you can have a feedback, so you can have a better project, you can get more robust project. Okay, so this is the main difference in classical waterfall model and iterative model. You can im- have different iteration, you can have feedback, and you can get a more robust project. So thank you guys. This is basic of the iterative model. Hope you like the video. Please like and subscribe the channel. We will get more videos on manual testing, then we will learn automation testing, SQL. Lot of things are coming into the place. So please and like and subscribe so you can get a notification for the next video. Thank you.